So right before the stream, I had to run up and take out the trash. I time everything very close together. Logging into the game. Okay. Wait, what do you mean? I already started playing the expansion. Now it's... Okay. Hold on. Okay, that's not what I want. Apologies, folks. Just putting in the digits that they want me to put in. Thought they sent it to me via email. Doesn't look like they did. Okay. Okay, there it is. Sorry about that. I find it weird that I have to put in a registration code for a new expansion in the modern day. Because, you know, I bought it via their own platform, and my account connected to the game is on their platform, so you think you wouldn't have to put this stuff in, but apparently, no. Alright, please cover the details. Okay. Okay. Dawntrail, check. Listener registration, check. Dawntrail Windows, Dawntrail Collector's Edition, Collector's Edition bonus items redeemable upon registration. Yes. Register. There you go. Boom. Got the boring stuff out of the way. Now we log into the game and play today. Hopefully we'll make some good progress. Hopefully, I know it's been over a week since I last did an episode on Dawntrail. Tongue-tied. But yeah. Been a rough couple weeks. But hopefully we're gonna jump back in. Get our journey further underway with Wochlamat. And have a blast. Hopefully I don't roast alive down here while I do so, because it is rather hot today in my home territory. Alda, welcome to the stream. How you doing? You're the first to arrive. Congratulations. I hope you're doing well. How's your day going, my good man? Apparently there's an update. Great. It's only 214 megabytes, so this shouldn't take too long. Getting hit with all the delays today. Took out the trash, then I had to come down here and put in the registration code, and now it's got to download a quick update. Will it never cease? I wish to continue my journey. In a place I can barely pronounce the name of. Tuliolol. I still got it down, Tuliolol. I'm trying to get at least that down. Welcome to Tuliolol. Or Tural, I guess is the overall place. Tuliolol and freaking. Who knew Wochlamat was the easiest freaking name we'd be pronouncing this entire expansion? You guys can hear me, right? Okay, good. Just double check my microphone's catching. Okay, there we go. Yeah. For anyone just jumping in, the reason the game's not on the screen is, unfortunately, I poorly timed this. There was a quick update it needs to download, so it's almost done. It's only 200 and something megabytes. Alright, there we go. Now we can enter the game. Boom. Finally! Hopefully that will be the ceasing of the frustrations. The barriers to entry into my game, I believe we have completed. Alright. There she is. Dawntrail. Heck yeah. Saturdays. The queue might actually be a little long. It might be. Let's see. Jump right in. Log in with Side Scythe. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. This world is currently full. Players in queue 38. Actually, that's not bad. It's a pretty small queue. Yeah, I've been waiting all week for the weekend, though, man. Jeez. They are working us hard this summer. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I had to put wax down in a really humid building most of yesterday. Like that was my tasking yesterday. Not gonna lie, it was so bad. Like I set up 2 dehumidifiers. Not that it was gonna do much for like the whole first floor or anything, but it was just something to stave off the worst of the humidity because it was hell. I thought I was boiling alive in a swamp. The worst part is if sweat beads drip onto the wax, that'll actually destabilize the wax. So my sweating was actually a risk to the wax I was applying. That's a depressing twist, if anything. Alright, so we're now out front. I don't know if I want to wait a few minutes, give people some time to seep in before we get underway, or just jump right into it. I'm tempted to do either. We have our little adventuring party. Erenville, Kyle, Wuchlamat, Alizé, and Alpino. And of course, my luscious handsome self. All my dark knight glory. What's funny is I think, at least I'm presuming, I think most of my community have already finished this game. So I finished this, the MSQ of this expansion at least, which was fast. Like a lot of people apparently completed it over the weekend when the early access dropped. Ain't no way in hell I'm finishing it within that quickly of a time span. I mean, I've already missed that, but even like just playing it straight for a weekend, that's one downside with streaming a game is, especially this one where you have to read a lot of the dialogue. It's gonna take so much longer, especially for when they throw in like little monkey wrenches in here and there for the freaking dialogue text. As it is, I've already forgotten like a couple of the more complicated names. I'm surprised I've got Tuliolol down though. Tuliolol. Alright. So, by the way, make sure to leave a like on the stream, guys. It does help it get circulated a little bit better in YouTube, so we can get more awesome buds in here. Have a fun time. Enjoy the story, you know? Alright, I guess I'll get underway. Stop flapping my gums. Well, so much for the brief reunion I had in mind. Papa is not one to waste time when he decides to act. I'm used to it by now, of course, but others are often caught off guard. In any case, we should talk about how we're going to find the City of Gold. All we have to work with are the 7 tablets and their connection to the Tuliolol saga. Might I suggest first comparing the tablets against the pillars? We could check for any discrepancies between them. Good idea. Let's go and take a look. Alright, we're gonna go look at some stone. If I recall correctly, wasn't there an aetheryte thing down here? Hopefully. Oh, there it is. Aetheryte shard away. Oh, it's in between. Oh, we'll hit that aetheryte and just zip on back over. Hopefully that'll be faster than running down. There we are. Okay. Actually, is there a Moogle mail thing? I did pick up the collector's edition for Dawntrail, so I'm wondering, because I'm pretty sure I got some in-game goodies for that. Hold on. Let me go hunt for a male Moogle. Where are you, you lazy little drunkards? Daddy needs his mail. Where's the delivery Moogle? Oh, right over there. Delivery. I see the crafters are already hard at work. This community is efficient, I'll tell you that. Wait. Oh, I went right past the Moogle. Hey, you are, you little bastard. Gimme. Look what we have here. A new letter has arrived for you, Kobold. Ah. Arc identification key, chocobo brush. It's a Pictomancer arm. Okay. And a wind-up garnet. Gimme. Okay, now summon an artifact. Okay. What does that look like? Do-do-do. Okay, there we go. Oh, that's right, I can't mount that. I'll put it on my bar temporarily until such a time as I can try it out. There we go. Alright. Now back to the main story. I will say, his music is great. Alright, now let's see if I can do my homework here correctly. That makes that makes everyone. Wuklamot, the tablets, if you would. Of course. Everyone has a tablet? Then let's compare them to their respective pillars. Keep an eye out for even the smallest differences. This is where, ideally, Wooklamot would have an advantage to us all. Because she's been growing up around these her whole life. So ideally, she would catch something inherently off. Unless I'm missing something, the glyphs appear to be identical. The only difference being that the tablets have hollows where the keystones are to be fitted. So now that we've established that the scenes are the same, where do we go from here? The Dawn servant said we were to retrace the path he walked in uniting Tyrol's peoples, and that we would encounter 7 electors along the way. Then we have the answer here in front of us. Papa's path is all laid out in the Tuliolal saga. Right. The events the glyphs portray, do we know the exact locations where they took place? If one is close, we could go there and search for an elector. That would confirm we're on the right track. Let me think. The Lay of Reeds was in the nearby Hanu settlement. Papa took me there once. It was during festival season, and the whole village was alive with good cheer. There's also the Lay of Gold. That one involved the Pelu Pelu village, which is about the same distance from here. Before going anywhere, we should ask around about the road ahead. I heard a lot of talk as we toured the city about the storm we passed through at sea. Apparently it ravaged Yok-Tural several days ago. Since our roads are not as well paved as Eorzea's, they're more susceptible to damage. They're more susceptible to damage from natural disasters. If we want to avoid wasting time taking a dead-end trail, I suggest we spend a few moments making inquiries. If it's information we need, just leave it to me. I'll bring the information to us. Uh-oh, there she goes. Anvil, invest in a leash. It would be prudent to ensure we are prepared for the journey. I'll guide you to the accommodations I've arranged. Thank you, good sir. Lead the way. Follow the Black Bunny. Smooth jazz. Welcome to Eorzean Radio. We've got some great music choices all the way from Tural. Listen closely on 107.112. I don't know, so usually there's like The Rock or something like that, but I don't know what the hell. The Light. Something. The Echo. That would have worked. 101.4. The Echo. That's right. The reservation is under Wooklamot's name. If you don't mind, I'll leave my companions to you. Certainly, sir. Peshekwa. Peshekwa? Was that her name? God damn it. I'll go and track down the third promise. Once you've finished organizing your gear, you can meet us outside. Shibali of Tai. Taye? Tie? Shibali Tie? Greetings, visitors to Tuliolal, and welcome to the Forard Cabins. Whenever you are ready, I will show you to your rooms. Thank you, madam. Await your companions and embark on the rite of succession? Yes. Trust you to be the keenest to head out, Shroud. But of course. I am the warrior of light and darkness all at the same time. But where are Envin and Wuklamat, I wonder? On cue? There we go. Oh, extra companions. Oh good, you're all here. Who might your companions be? Seeing as we needed information, I thought who better to get it from than the locals. These two hail from the villages we're thinking to visit. Pleasure to meet ya. I give you credit for taking initiative, at least. What do you mean, at least? I am honored that the third promise would seek my advice. I, too, am happy to answer your questions. Any encounter might be an opportunity to do business. Thank you both for your help. Ah, before we begin, there will doubtless be other occasions when we need to act independently, so I brought these for the two of you. Link pearls? What's this? 'Tis called a link pearl. Yeah, I called it. A gemstone harvested from a special shell. When linked together, they allow people to communicate across great distances. It's like a little radio. Is that so? What a handy thing to have. It'll be very useful on our travels. Speaking of which, I should get back to introducing my two new friends here. It's telling me to turn in my quest. But alas, there is no little cat lady in which... Come on. Come in now. There it goes. Took him a second to load in. The Tuliolal saga features a number of Tural's clans. Two of those, the Hanu Hanu and the Pelu Pelu, fuck these names, have settlements relatively close to the city. So I brought a representative of each. As I mentioned before, the Hanu are cheerful people who love their festivals. They make their appearance in the Lay of Reeds, and their home village, Okhanu, that's actually pretty easy. Okhanu is located in Kozamuka. Kozamoka. The other smaller fellow is one of the Pelu, a clan of business-minded folk from Urkopacha. They appear in the Lay of Gold and craft all kinds of marvelous goods in fucking names. Wachun Pelo. Now, as for deciding which village to visit first, why don't you put that adventurous instinct of yours to work for us, Shroud? Pick our destination. Upon completing this quest, the main scenario will branch into 2 quest paths. Nice. A decision actually affects... I'm guessing that no matter what we pick, the story still goes out the same. But regardless, it's still good to get a little bit of control and variation. Accepting the quest from the helpful Hanu will temporarily prevent you from accepting the quest from the virtual Pelu, and vice versa. The second quest path will... Excuse me. Will become available from the respective NPC once you have completed the series of quests from the first path. Furthermore, story elements and quest rewards will not be affected by your initial choice of path. Speak with the NPC you prefer and embark on the trail for the rite of succession. Gotcha. So yeah, it's like I thought. So really it's just whichever you pick to do first, you do both. It's the same exact quest line, plays out the exact same way. There's only so much they can do for branching paths in MMOs, you know? But the fact they give you a choice, oh, so nice. It's Pelu the Khanu. Pelu the Khanu. Khanu Pelu. Khanu Pelu. Khanu Pelu. Khanu Pelu. I do not know. Just checking Discord real quick. There you go. I think we'll go with... I really want to, like, obviously, like, visually, the Hanu is more striking, and it's kind of fun to see the bird people. So I kind of want to do the Hanu first. But I think I'm going to do Pelu first, and then say what I hope to be the best for last. So, Pelu. The quest to Kozamoka... Kozamwaka, Kuzamokwa, we'll go with that. Will become available once you have completed the quest series with the approachable Pelu. Thank you. What is it you'd like to know? Our main concern was confirming the state of the road ahead. As I recall, to reach Urkopacha, we depart from the Arch of the Dawn, then take the road west at the first fork. Should we be wary of anything along the way? That is indeed the way to Urkopacha. After the damage wrought by the recent downpour, however, you'll be doing more stumbling than walking. But do take heart. When it comes to rugged terrain, we have the most dependable solution available. Come with me. Very well, lead the way. Oh, mighty Pelu. We'll be back to talk to you in good time, friend Hanu. Meanwhile, you can eat and drink your fill at Jabali of Tia. It's all been arranged. Dude's like, I get free drinks? Alright. Easy gig, I just gotta wait to answer questions. This is very relaxing music. Actually, the thing is, it's somewhere in between, like, elevator music and an actual, like, fun and club music. Alright, approach it. Oh, we're gonna ride the alpacas? Okay. May I introduce to you our most dependable companion, the alpaca? Evil creatures. Horrendously evil. These animals can traverse Urkopacha's steep mountain trails as if they were gentle fields, and all while carrying heavy loads. Our merchants would be lost without them. Heathenous creatures sent from Satan. So they fill much the same niche as our chocobos back home. You don't have alpacas in Eorzea? Alpacas are native to Yogg-Toroil. Eorzea has its chocobos, and the eastern lands have their horses. Why go to the trouble of breeding another pack beast in a place which ill suits its qualities and where it is not needed anyway? But must we ride these little monsters? I get the impression you aren't fond of alpacas. No sane person is! Okay? When I was small and being a bit naughty, I went around pulling on their wool. One of them spat on me, and it was the foulest stench you can imagine. Yeah, you don't even need to do that much. You don't even need to pull on their wool or be mean to them in any way. They can simply just not fucking like you. And they will spit upon you. Vindictful little bitches. I see. What do they like to ride? Alpacas bred as mounts are inquisitive and docile. Even those without experience find them easy to handle. Are they really doing this, then? Don't get me wrong, lassie. I understand. I hate alpacas too. So, was my information useful to you? Yes, very helpful. Even if it wasn't what I wanted to hear. Good. I'll take my payment now. You want to... You want me to pay you? I guess I should have expected as much from a Pelu merchant. Let me see what I have on me. The Pelu value the act of spreading joy through trade. As you should know, they take pride in making I almost said meals, deals that benefit both parties. Here you go, a fair price for your fair advice. Yes, I made it a trade with the third promise herself. My friends will never believe this. I shall be on my way now. I wish you safe travels. Off you go then, and thank you. I better not get spit on again. Just don't look him in the eye. That's the key. Don't look him in the eye. You brought that on yourself. Remain calm and gentle, and so will they. And nerd. Is that transgender cat? The character is not trans. The character is not trans. Nor is any of that woke BS in the game. It's solely just the vocalizer. Actually, that's fitting. That was a tongue tie, but no, that's actually fitting. The localizers who did the English VA, they chose a trans voice actress. Because they gotta try and push wokeness wherever they can fit it. Yeah, even if in the unit. The point is, I don't really give a shit as long as the actual story is good, and you know, it's made in Japan, so it's better than anything we make in the West these days. I hate to bother you about this, but what did you thought about Bad Boys, the poster I sent in the Discord server? I didn't see it, so I have no idea. Isn't it topic related? Yeah, that doesn't mean I remember it. There's like 8,000 things posted on the Discords every day. I tried filtering by your name. It didn't do it, so I have to do this manually. If you posted it too long ago, I'm not going to hunt forever for it. Especially in the middle of a stream. Why won't it let me filter? Let me try this. Nope, that didn't work. That's so weird. It won't let me filter by, like, who's posting. thinking I'm almost there. Oh, I think I found it. The one with Dr. Disrespect and, what's his face? And, Nick Ricada? I think is the name of it. Yeah, I see it. And it's funny. Is there something specifically you wanted like a critique on? Like the Photoshop is okay. Yeah, Nick Ricada's head's a little big, but at the same time you're trying to like cover over the original head behind it, so that makes sense. But his head is actually really good cropped. Dr. Disrespect, I would have, if you could have, I don't know what software you use, but if you could have just cut off like at the shoulders, that would have looked a little bit better. But for what it was supposed to be, it's a little gaff, it's a little meme. It's funny. Yeah, just for what it was for, shits and giggles. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, I. Just wanted people to laugh. I got a chuckle out of it. So, you did good. Alrighty. Wokomon says, I'm still not happy about this, but if we need to ride alpacas to reach Urkopacha, then that's what we'll do. Canva? Huh, I've never used it. I usually use Photoshop. And I also now use, what's it called? GIMP? I think it's called GIMP. Ooh. There we go. Oh, we're jumping right to the... Okay.
Turali poets of yore sang of a mountain that would stand tall, even should all other lands sink beneath the sea. Indomitable and eternal, it arises from Urkopacha, the 100 peaks of time.
I wasn't too far off.
Of all the beasts which crawl and fly, only the legendary Valigarmanda could hope to disturb the summit's serene majesty. Yet, with that flying calamity imprisoned by the Dawn Serpent, what great feat remains for those who would claim the throne?
Urkopacha. Like Undertale Yellow. I'm not familiar. I'm familiar with Undertale.
So this is Urkopacha. I've never actually been here before.
Neither have I. So we're all new here.
The air is so crisp and clear.
Mountains everywhere you look.
That one massive peak in particular has quite the presence. It puts me in mind of Som-Al.
That is Warkor Sormor, the tallest mountain in Yogg-Tural. Its sheer height makes it an imposing climb. But there are other reasons the ambitious keep their distance.
Oh? Do tell.
Monsters? Creatures? Oh, it's a fan game, okay. Made by a teenage dirtbag who listens to Iron Maiden. Okay. God damn.
Where to begin?
Excuse me, but you're Wuk-Lamat, are you not? I hadn't thought to encounter one of the Dawn's promise here of all places.
Hmm? Oh.
But I should introduce myself. I am Bol Nok, a weaver by trade.
Well met, Bolnock. We're on our way to Watrunpello.
Oh, truly. I've just come from there, as it happens. I'd asked the Pelu Pelu who sell me their wool to give me a tour of their alpaca ranch. The head rancher and I shared a bottle of mezcal while he explained the finer points of wool production.
Mezcal, is that a local beverage?
It's an Urgopacha specialty. A spirit made from distilled agave heart juice.
Yes, and it must have done wonders for my mood, for I tripled my usual order of alpaca wool. They did offer me a discount, though, so it wasn't a bad deal in the end. But listen to me, boring you with my tedious stories. I will leave you before you are lulled to sleep. Goodbye, and safe travels. Oh, silly me. I almost forgot to say the thing I actually wanted to say.
Okay.
Peace for Tural. I agree with your vision, Third Promise. You have my support in your bid for the throne.
Okay, nice guy.
I gather from his tale we would be foolish to underestimate Pelu Pelu merchants.
They seem to have Lalafell blood in them somewhere.
Yes, they do more than run the markets in Tuliolal. Pelu Pelu peddlers can be found everywhere in Tural, traveling from place to place on their sturdy alpacas. They are effusive and engaging speakers, and many's the customer who's been talked into spending more than they bargained for.
They won't find this customer so easily charmed.
The joke has been set up. The payoff will come soon. Is he African? Well, no.
Watrunpello's down the path! Off the main road! Don't get lost!
Stop scratching that. I'm not sure. Like, it seems like it's like South American Mayan inspired for a lot of the culture. From what I can tell so far, though.
It's right there.
Got a British elf, a Russian elf, a Parkinson cat, and a midget. Wait, who's the Russian elf? Okay. This is it, Watrunpello, home of the Pelu Pelu. Wuklamat should have arrived before us. She was literally right ahead of us. Uh-oh. She gonna be broke. That's not good. You've come all this way for the rights of succession. Oh, so this means I'm exchanging words with the future Dawn servant. But please, the outcome is far from decided, but it is a possibility. How fortunate. Then that ideal in cloaks woven from here we go. Working it. She's working it. Such a garment would look magnificent when draped over the shoulders of our budding ruler. And a nation's ruler should dress her best for the adoring people, yes. Finally. Hey, Zealots. First zone to find you. First zone to... What? First zone to find you. Oh, have you been looking for me? Well, I've been waiting here in chat for the FF14 crowd. Finally, of our finest lady. That's right. Come, Third Promise. My well-stocked shelves are but a few steps away. Finest lady. I like the sound of that. Alright, I suppose a quick look wouldn't hurt. Ahem. What did we just talk about? Anvil, when did you... Not... Pulls out spray bottle. Bad Bad Woklamat. Yeah. I meant first try to find you in game. Oh, okay. Ah, a Shetona from far off Jacques Toral. Northern winters are bitterly cold affairs, I'm told. I cannot imagine how you survive them without a lovely warm cloak of... Damn. Just jumps from potential client to potential client. Really working it. No, thank you. I'm not in need of new clothes at the moment, and neither is the third promise. Perhaps another time. Of course, of course. My shop door is always open. Ooh, even exited smoothly. These people are no joke. The Lalafell blood in this area must be thick. You were saying something about not being easily charmed? I was just... As I mentioned previously, the Pelu people live for bringing happiness through trade. They won't cheat you or sell you defective goods. Okay, well that's good at least. They will, however, disarm you with their deft turns of phrase, and unwitting customers like Woklamat fall prey to this affable approach time and time again. Your only recourse is a clear and firm refusal. They won't pursue the matter should you make your disinterest plain. A valuable insight into the minds of the Pelu Pelu. Let us all take Erendir's words of caution to heart. How many of all of us are about to get fucking swindled? Hey, Ludus. Is cheese in a can still cheese? Yes. It's not good cheese, but yeah, it's still cheese. It's a very random question. Why you ask? Alright. Yeah. There is Savannah Walker. Alright, real quick, let me tune the ether right before I forget. Do-do-do-do-do. Attune! There we are. This is our debate right now? That's your debate? Alright, real quick. Just to weigh in.
Give them instructions on how to use the can.
Yes, like, yes,
Germany.
cheese in a can is still cheese.
No,
it
it's
being,
No,
it
fuck
being in a
that.
can, it being in a can does not
This
change
not-
substantively what it is. It changes the
Right.
quality of it. If you want to say it's bad cheese, you want to say it's shitty
It's
cheese,
not
by all means. But it is still
More
cheese.
Mayon-
You cannot change the
It's
substance of the material
Asmo,
simply because you
if-
don't like
if-
the container it's held within.
Asmo. I'm gonna tell you. You know the brand. I can't believe it's not butter. Is that butter?
No.
Exactly.
It's not made up of
Just a-
of what makes up butter.
Okay,
though.
so is squeezy
not a good
cheese
example.
technically one of the is squeezy cheese one of the
Cheese
brands?
is milk.
Question.
That's
is a
what
milk
cheese is.
product.
It's
It's not a cheese. It hasn't fermented to be a cheese.
There's a
Hold
very
on, so
strict
the
definition.
ingredients.
Question. Quick.
Okay,
I'm reading.
so
I'm reading in ingredients. Is squeezy cheese one of the main brands for this cheese in a can? I never buy the shit, so
No.
okay. So it's not one of the brands. Easy cheese, pasteurized cheese snack, Kraft cheddar cheese. Okay, that's your cheese.
Okay.
okay. Again, what's in the container doesn't matter if the ingredients are the
easy
same.
cheese,
It is
okay.
still cheese.
Ingredients:
It's a fluid.
milk,
It
water,
cannot be
whey
a
protein, whey protein concentrate, canola oil, milk protein concentrate, sodium citrate, sodium phosphate, calcium phosphate, lactic acid, sorbic acid, sodium alginate, aprocatanol, annatto. That's some kind of bean apparently. Cheese culture and enzymes. That is the ingredients for easy cheese.
I see.
All right, let me read this. So
fluid.
most
It
types
says product type,
It's a
processed
fluid,
cheese.
and as long as it's still a fluid, it's not a cheese.
yes,
It's
it
not
is.
really a fluid. It's not necessarily a fluid.
What matters is are the
Listen, listen.
ingredients overlapping with what we would
It's-
consider cheese. Is it milk cultures?
It's the yogurt.
Okay, it's
not.
way.
What? Are you
Listen.
honestly gonna say it's a yogurt? Really?
Listen. The whey in easy cheese is a byproduct that the manufacturer repurposes. It's cheaper than using real cheese as primary ingredient, which is big reason for spray cheese low price point.
It's still a cheese.
No, it's the
No.
byproduct from cheese.
It is not the actual cheese. It is the byproduct that gets
Cheese
thrown-
adjacent.
It's the thing that they throw away when they make cheese.
I mean,
They
wait,
didn't, they didn't want to throw it away. Like, can we make a profit off of this stuff too?
It's like taking the water that the fucking olives have been soaking
So-
in and call it an olive oil.
So you're saying it doesn't contain the same ingredients as cheese? Is that what you're saying?
No.
All right, then that makes it not cheese. But the container of it
Exactly.
being in a can doesn't have any impact on it.
No, I
It's-
don't care.
we
if
weren't
it's
talking
bad,
about the
it's
can, we're
already-
talking
Well,
about the
that's what
product
was
within.
posed to me. That's what was posed. What was
Well,
posed to
then
me
who does fucking
to read the question.
Okay,
This
okay,
is what was
Hamed,
posed.
Hamed,
Is
wait.
cheese in a can
Hold
still
on.
cheese? That's what I was asked.
Yeah. So hold on. The actual ingredients on this can that I am currently holding, one of the ingredients is cheddar cheese.
Because it's
That
a
makes a little bit in for
byproduct
flavor.
of cheddar cheese.
Hang on.
So it has cheese in it.
It has cheese in it.
What matters is the ingredients. If the ingredients are either overlap exactly with the cheese or it contains cheese, then yes, it is a cheese.
Hang on.
Someone in your chat who is probably laughing at our autism right now says, "You know that cheese in a can is the secret ingredient in those famous Philly cheesesteaks, so thus cheese."
My chat?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I need to refresh.
Wait, are we on fucking
Quick,
stream?
we must access the U.S. government's giant cave
Sir.
vaults full of cheese.
0 at 23. You know. cheese-
Okay, hang on.
Open the cheese
Really?
vaults.
That's
I
the
am
secret
going to-
ingredient
I am
for the
going to-
cheese?
Okay, guys, chill though because of stream.
Hmm?
Oh, I'm going to
Yeah,
rewatch.
One at a time.
I'm going to rewatch that Warcraft.
Asmo, are you
retrospective.
actually
That was
streaming?
good.
Yes.
Yes, he is actually streaming. He
Oh.
jumped in here from stream.
Oh. Okay, let me dial it down a little bit. So.
No, dial it up. Just keep it family friendly, my dude.
Yes, that's what I meant. You wonder what the very sneaky thing that they did on the can, which is they call it cheddar cheese, right?
Uh-huh.
And then in the brackets it says pasteurized milk, cheese culture, salt, and enzymes. So they go the thing that is the mixture cheese. However, that's the whey. That
It
contains the
says-
same ingredients.
It does say
I know what
made
it
with
says.
real.
Way.
No, I'm talking about the can. It actually says made with real cheese, and one of the in the second or how many? Wait, 1, 2, 3, fourth. The fourth ingredient is cheddar cheese. This third is milk.
So it's not pure cheese.
I
The
do
pureness of this
understand.
cheese is lacking.
Okay.
I'm
Again,
driving
it's still
the
cheese.
scientists crazy. It's still cheese.
So it has a part cheese in it.
No, yeah, that's what I said. Its pureness is lacking.
It is,
Hang on.
It is
I-
part cheese. It is not actual cheese.
It's impure cheese.
It is filthy.
Fairly gross, in my opinion.
We
but
need to
that's just me.
purify the cheese line.
The funny thing is I don't even like cheese in a can, but I will defend its right to be called cheese.
The funny part is this is how this started. I mentioned that I had it because I haven't had it in decades at this point. I used to eat it when I was a kid, and I really liked it. And so I got a can. I was between American and cheddar cheese. I grabbed one as a split decision, and that's what I've been snacking on.
Ugh.
That's how this got started.
Like I said, that's
You know
why your
what?
skin is so
You know what
iron.
my biggest problem is? It's like calling mayonnaise egg.
Egg is an ingredient in mayonnaise.
Yeah, but it doesn't
Yeah,
make the
cheese is an
mayonnaise
ingredient of
egg.
easy cheese, but it doesn't make it just cheese.
Well, I guess that would come down to an argument of prominence. How prominent is the cheese aspect of the of cheese?
33%. It's not even the major.
Well,
It's 1/3.
okay, it's 1/3, but Are we talking? Is this like BlackRock stocks and stuff in GW where it might only be like 10%, but there is nothing above that in like consistency of percentages? Or is there something that's, let's say, 30% or 40% of the can?
Isn't it more milk than it's cheese?
Yeah, I think it's more milk than it's cheese. I'm just trying to find out actual percentages because I don't think they're gonna list it because then it's gonna be.
By the way, chat, I'm just dragging this out a little bit just to fuck with them.
Only Final Fantasy stream where people talk about milk.
What cheese?
Cheese, sorry.
Cheese.
Dairy products.
You'd be surprised.
You see, this is the kind of thing we get.
Hang on.
This is. Hold on just a second. This is the kind of thing that this community gets into just stupidly like enraged arguments over. It's not like actually spicy things. It's this or it's the pronunciation of aluminum. Or Atomic 13 if you don't want to start that particular argument.
Let's not start that now, okay?
Yeah, we all know it's alu.
Atomic 13 if you really want to get pedantic.
It's aluminum.
You know.
Yes. Please spell it letter by letter and then tell me how it's spelled.
Aluminum.
A-L-U.
And where are you missing the I there?
Number 13.
So,
Yes,
man,
aluminium.
who wants to hear something absolutely hilarious?
If I go to Google right now, it's spelled A-L-U-M-I-N-U-M.
Huh?
Aluminium.
So,
You don't be saying that, Karn. You say alu.
I can screenshot it if you like. A-L-U-M-I-N-U-M.
Yeah, press enter and see what Google says.
I did. I'm on the Britannica website.
Let me see that.
Alright.
I don't believe you.
Screenshot. You can definitely like what?
See people. Just by mentioning it, it's like these are the things that cause us to have existential, like apoplectic arguments. It's like we bring up like spicy things.
Hang on.
No.
Hang on.
Aluminum.
Hang on.
These are the faces of evil. Aluminium. Spray can cheese. You must defeat them all.
These are the 6, 7, 8, 9.
No, you must defeat them each.
What?
Do me a favor. No, actually, hang on. I'm gonna find it myself. I didn't need.
So, who would like to hear something funny?
More than us arguing about the correctness of calling something aluminum and spray cheese?
Yes. No. This goes back to the spray cheese thing.
But dude,
I looked it up on the EWG food scores.
Dude, the thing you posted, the screenshot, it also says also known as aluminium.
Correct.
Yeah.
But you'll notice the prominent name is aluminum.
It's because
it's simply recognizing your debaucherous, depraved secondary name.
I'm going to keep with Al.
You are free to do it.
So, it has the EWG's top findings. It has 10 top findings, okay?
Okay.
The only positive one per gram high in protein.
Wait, about what? The cheese?
Wait, hang on, dude.
Yeah, which thing are we on at this point?
What?
I think
hang on, I lost kind of what are we talking about?
This is the cheese thing. So
Yes.
the EWG website gives food scores for products. The lower the score, the better. For like a 1 is really good, a 10 is really, really bad.
Spray
Wait,
cheese,
you got
anything
easy.
above a 1, I'm going to be mad.
It's easy cheese, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
It has
wait.
more oil.
The lower,
in it
wait, the lower the better.
than cheese.
Okay, I've had my fun. I gotta get back to the game. But continue the war. I will not referee.
The spray is more oil than it's.
Oh my god. Okay. Sorry, I felt the need to weigh in and start shit. Okay. Let's keep going. Shades of happiness. Not my finest moment, I'll admit. But now that we're here, let's do what we came to do. Find the Elector. Allow me to propose a strategy then. Kryl, Alize, and I will speak with the merchants. Woklamat, you and Aaronville might try approaching travelers and passerbys. Shroud, pray investigate any of the other establishments which catch your eye. Should we learn aught of use, let us relay it to the third promise. Alrighty. There we go. What the fuck? Wait, can I see that what that mount is? Is that mount new to this expansion? I kind of want it. Hold on. No. Dude, hold on. Where's Whisper? Centel. Is that... Bruh. Oh, he ran. Please say he saw my message. Damn it. Looks like he didn't see my message. Scheiße. Oh well. I will find out. That is old. Oh, okay. That's an old mount. It's based on the Eden 9 boss. Okay. Note to self. Alright, where are we? Yes, gather information. Impatient porter. Electors? Oh yes, I've heard all about the right of succession. They're looking to put a new ruler on the throne, eh? Personally, I'm rooting for Zoral Jar. If the first promise wins, he'll look to expand our sphere of influence. That means access to more resources and more customers. In the thousands column, potentially. So many new trading opportunities to spread happiness far and wide. Except, you know, you gotta do war first before you can spread happiness. Others have been coming around to my way of thinking, so I've begun crafting goods inspired by the resilient sun. Would you care to purchase something? No, I would not. Very well. You said you wanted to know about the Elector. I could help you, but I won't. I can tell you're no supporter of Zoral Jar or his policies. Correct. To be fair. What? The Dawn Servant Selector? Ah, I thought you were a new face in town. Here for the right of succession, I take it? Me, I don't much care who sits the throne so long as they keep Toral peaceful. Nutella is not a nut cream? A what? A nut cream? It's a store mount. Wait, that was a store mount? Really? Hmm. Is it earnable in game or no? Probably not, I assume. Store mount. Ah, okay. Well, you know, just got confirmed by the guy. People tend not to be in the mood to relax or sip our excellent mezcal once our arrows and spears start flying, if you know what I mean. Speaking of which, would you like a cup? A joy shared is a joy doubled, I'd say. Oh, right, yes. You were asking about the Elector business. Being but freshly returned from my trading route, I have heard that there's a contest afoot, but not much else. Our head ledger, Tobley, could probably tell you more about it. Interesting. Alright. Mablu. You have a very pink outfit. Lightning would be jealous. Hello there, I'm Mablu. Did you have a question for me? Why do they have a duckbill thing? Sorry, I don't know about any electors. You should take a moment to see our prized alpacas before you leave, though. Oh, but be sure to admire them from a respectable distance. Get too close, and our nervous darlings may be tempted to spit on you. Yes, because they're Satan's creatures. And that stuff stinks. Yes, it does. It happened to a visiting buyer not so long ago. Tobley, that's the head rancher, was so mad at me for not giving a proper warning. No one makes a mistake without Tobley noticing. He knows everything that happens on this ranch. Frickin' alpacas. Demon, sorceress, evil shit. Foul creature. Hate alpacas. Hate! Alright, what am I doing? Actually, I can now take a look at the arc now. That is so anime. That looks like it could be on a Yu-Gi-Oh card. You really have to watch yourself around these silver-tongued peddlers. I almost bought a bottle of mezcal and a stack of blankets. And then there was this enchanting ornament. Anyway, this girl, she needs someone to weigh her off retail therapy. Anyway, I did manage to learn that Tobley is the man to talk to about the contest. Now, if only they'd share where this head ledger of theirs to be found. Really? He's also the head rancher? Well, the alpaca ranch is not far from here. I say we pay it a visit before the others return. Oh, damn. It even has a transformation into a little mini helicarrier. Flight mode. Alright, my blue. Alpacas. Shiver, that is a lot of alpacas. Still, we need a head ledger. Could be here somewhere. I can't let fear deter me. Not to say that I'm scared, of course. I wouldn't blame you if you were. It's alpacas. Foul, evil creature. Excuse me, is one of these workers Tobley? Tobley? Oh yes, he likes to mingle with the ranch hands and keep an eye on things. I can't tell you which one he is, though. You can't? Is this part of the contest? All I can say is that Tobley often mentions his favorite pungent subject. He also can't resist a profitable trade, though who among us could, am I right? Still, if you bring him a very good deal, he might let his identity slip. So it's like a game. Easy though. All I have to do is offer Tobley a deal he can't ignore. No problem at all. Well, maybe one problem. Or maybe one problem. I don't think my purse is deep enough to pay everyone we think might be Tobley. Let's ask some questions first to narrow down the field. Great. We can meet back here and share our impressions. I have a feeling Mablu might be Tobley, but I don't know. Well, obviously I'm not Tobley. I mean, oops. I shouldn't have said that. Okay. So it's not Mablu. You're meant to find out for yourself who Tobly is, or if an elector is even in the village at all. Good luck. Okay. Boastful enchant. You think I might be Tobly? Well, maybe I am. All I can say is that in this village, none have reared more alpacas than I. Okay. Ah, a visitor from across the salt, if I'm not mistaken. Hey, Jenny. I was wondering if you would show up today. How you doing? I'm still busted, so I can't come stalk you. Ah, it's fine. You can do that in the chat. Ah, a visitor from across the salt, if I'm not mistaken. Be warned, the alpacas will split if you startle them. I suggest you keep your movements slow and deliberate. I hate alpacas. Am I Tobly? Yes, that's me. Excellent work for the third promise and her entourage. Sharp instincts. Shall we commence the rite of succession then? Wait, what? I am stalking Asma for you. Yes, I am being stalked. Do not worry, that position is being held. I see we're both done with our interrogations. So, who do you think it is? I have my suspicions, but let's hear your prick. That is not the right word. Hear your pick. The diligent ranch hand, the boastful ranch hand, the nonchalant ranch hand. The nonchalant said that they were... The... But nonchalant doesn't mean, like, lie, right? Like, it doesn't imply any level of deception. Boklamata is so cute. I mean, yeah, you're a cat person, though. I'm a cat and dog person, so I think she looks cute. You know, I'd have her and, like, I'd pet her head, you know? Like a little sister. Although, I guess the little part wouldn't necessarily be the case. You're okay, you don't want to go to this imaging appointment, but it's important, even if it's 90 degrees or more outside. Yeah, the thing is, if you want some of that heat back, let us know, because we've been getting 90-degree days here, and it's been horrible. The humidity has been murder. Also, yeah, the imaging appointment is very important. Walk Lamart is... Pet, not pick. I'm super tired, brain dead. Nah, I feel you. Alright, who do you think Tobly is? Diligent, boastful, nonchalant. I mean, again, nonchalant doesn't imply deceptive. And he's cool for last week. 114. Oh, God. I would just be in a bathtub full of ice if it was 114 degrees. I'd be like, nope, I ain't leaving. I ain't moving from this till it's in the middle of the night and it's drop temperature. Diligent, boastful, nonchalant. Well, boastful... The boastful one said he wasn't. And you would assume a boastful... I'll just say nonchalant, because, again, like, that doesn't imply deception, so... If they're like, oh, no, it can't be that one. He seemed unconvincing to me. But if that's your choice, then that's who we'll talk to. Well, they were told they can't give you an answer one way or the other, but the nonchalant one just said, yeah, it's me. Tobly, I offer you a deal. Truth of the game. The truth of who you are in exchange for a tidy sum. What do you say? I say hand over the coin. The truth is, I'm not even a ranch hand. I just like to come by and watch the alpacas. Oh. Did I even work here? Well, wait! I knew I should have gone with my gut on this one. Well, now I feel bad, but now is not the time to mourn wasted coin. We need to regroup and rethink this. Okay. Maybe this is a mistranslation, but nonchalant does not imply deception. It doesn't. God damn it. Nonchalant just means casual. It means like, oh, I don't care. Nonchalant doesn't mean, yeah, I'm gonna fuck with people and lie to them. It doesn't necessarily explicitly say that they won't do that, but still. You want a hint? Yeah, I would appreciate a hint. Because I feel bad, as it is. Wuklamat just lost money because of me. Again, I'm very unhappy. Part of me wants to go with diligent, but... It was said he knows every pit of the alpacas. So that would be the boastful one. Because the boastful one said, like, no one's done more than he has. Only way to find out? No? Ah. But wait, what? The boastful one was the one who said that. Fuck. Yeah. The workers so intent on stable chores. I had my eye on that one too. Time to rip the mask off our mystery ranch hand, so to speak. Yeah. And the approver proposes a deal, a generous sum of coin confirmation to trade in. An offer I gladly accept. As you have correctly guessed, I am indeed Tobley, head ledger of the Watchun Pelu and head rancher of the family ranch. I am also one of Gulul Jaja's chosen electors. Aha! In a place featured in the Tuliola saga, just as we thought. Though it took more coin than I would have liked to know for certain. Can I reimburse her or something? She found you out fair and square, Tobley. And I'm glad she did. It would have been a pity had her bid ended here.
Deducing the Dunservant's elector was the first step of the feat. Too simple a task for this aspiring ruler, eh?
Right. Not hard at all. Zorolja.
I am told the head ledger, Tobley, is to be found here.
You have to guess which one of us is Tobley. That's part of the test.
Oh, come on.
You're Dobly.
Fuck you. God damn it.
Without even asking a single question. Very impressive indeed. With that amusing prologue out of the way, we can proceed to the actual challenge. Per the Dawn Servant's instructions, I was free to devise any manner of feat. I considered the number of possibilities in the 10th column. But I think I have a good one.
Okay.
You must go forth and capture for me.
Voice not match person. I'm used to that at that point. Half the Lalafels I've heard the voices from, I'm like, nah, that shouldn't match. So at this point, I'm just kind of shrugging. It's like, voice doesn't match? Yep, that's Final Fantasy 14 for you. Never does. Just go forth and capture for me an alpaca. Well, that's simple. Unless it's in a dungeon.
While I've not had the best experiences with alpacas, aren't they generally docile creatures? That doesn't sound like much of a challenge.
Bring out the example!
Satan's
This is a
spawn.
special kind of alpaca. Would you please approach the animal, Third Promise?
Who? Me? Well, it should stay calm if I stay calm, right? That's what Erinville said. Ah! The little monster spat on me! Ah, oh, that stinks. I can't.
Alpacas are paradoxical creatures, being both extremely curious and extremely cowardly.
And assholes! Howard, burn in hell. I know why I'm looking up. Howard, burn in hell. Fucking stupid goddamn alpacas. Ugh. The malicious creatures, I'm telling you.
Press your luck when they're frightened, and you'll get a face full of spit. As you've all just witnessed.
Is frightened?
Has an awful stench, their expectoration. The globs contain half-digested food, you see, making it an effective deterrent against perceived threats.
Ugh.
Wild valley braid like this one are especially timid and can therefore be quick to lash out.
Thing is, the designers of the game gave them these like cute eyes and stuff, and they ain't cute. They ain't cute. It's lies. They're ugly. They're smelly. They're mean. They're nasty, and they're horrible creatures. Horrible.
They're also especially hardy.
I'll give them that.
Indeed. We take the rugged wild alpacas and breed them with our gentle domesticated stock. This produces the strong but biddable pack animals prized by our traveling merchants.
That's all well and good, but did I need to bathe an alpaca spit for you to make your point?
So, the task is to catch a wild alpaca.
That is correct. But be warned that it is a feat easier said than done. I suggest you prepare well before you enter the valley where the creatures dwell. And by you, I mean the claimants only. Allies are not permitted to assist with their catching. The alpacas will help me judge which of you is worthy of receiving a keystone.
Crap.
So I'm to chase down a fluffy, spitting demon, and that somehow proves I'm fit to rule?
It can't be too... Can't be too picky and choosy. There's clearly a thought process to it.
As I said, the Dawn Servant granted me the freedom to decide my challenge.
To be fair, like if you had to ask me like esoterically, what is this trial supposed to show? I think it's less to show. I think it's less to show something about the claimant and more to show something to the claimant. Like, again, if I had to think about this, my assumption would be that the reason that the claimant is being made to chase down alpacas, it's to understand the, not the blight, but the struggles and trials that the Pelu Pelu go through. Like, to make their living and to live the lives that they do. This is it gives you an understanding of the little guy. It's like, hey, you're going to be ruling over these people. This is what they have to do on a day-to-day struggle. This is what you're meant to help them facilitate doing better for themselves. This is what, you're governing over. That would be my read on why this is the challenge from Tobli's perspective, and also from her father's perspective. That'd be my guess. Like, it could just be to fuck with them.
And when you reach the end of the rite, I dare say you will understand why I chose what I chose.
Okay. That sounds ominous.
Very well. This won't take long.
Wait! Didn't I warn you this was easier said than done? There are preparations to be made, factors to consider.
A beast is a beast. All yield to strength.
So far, this experience has done absolutely nothing to improve my opinion of alpacas.
No, it's reaffirming your correct understanding of the creatures. They're Satan spawn.
But that doesn't mean I can't do this. Revolting spit aside, they're just another animal.
Are you all right, Orclamart? We thought we heard you scream.
You did.
The third promise does not scream. It was more of a startled yelp.
Scream, in other words.
Did you find the Elector?
Yes, she did.
Oh, we certainly did.
And give everybody the lowdown. Alright. I had to go and wash that nasty stuff off my face. I think I got all of it off. Would you mind taking a sniff of me? Just to make sure the stench has ruined my sense of smell. Hey, I saw that look. As Wooklamont helped demonstrate, the Valley Alpaca are wary of people. Getting close enough to catch one will not be an easy task. You might have warned me about that earlier. I have enough trouble with tame alpacas. How do you expect me to wrangle a wild one? With the proper saddle, we infuse the leather with a relaxing scent that soothes the spitting beast. Wonderful. Give me one of those then. Have you perhaps forgotten we are a clan of merchants? If you want a taming saddle, then you'll need to find a saddler and make them an offer. They don't come cheap, of course. Crafting a saddle will cost you the equivalent of 10 pel in the thousands column. You mean 10,000 pel? I don't have that kind of coin. Converting it to gil, that comes to around 1 million or so. Mayhap if we all pitch in. No, this is my feat to accomplish. I wouldn't feel right about having others pay the costs. I mean, I'll give you money. I cost you money earlier. I'll find the money somehow. In that case, that basket of wool is worth the sum you paid me earlier. 1 pel in the hundreds column. Beginning with the wool, you can trade for ever more valuable goods until you have something suitable to bargain for the saddle. Okay, we're doing market trading here. That's a nice gesture, but you think I can turn 100 pel into 1 million? That's 10,000 times more. We need 10,000 pel, not 1 million. So we're looking at 100 times more. Oh, right. I panicked and got it confused with Alphino's million gil. I'm not so sure about this trading idea. You were almost talked into buying a cloak and you didn't need mere moments. You didn't need mere moments after you arrived. But I hate it when you're right. Then let me help you with your deal making. Oh, hello again. Mablu. I work here as a ranch hand, but I've also learned a lot about the peddler profession. It's alright if I aid them now, yes? I guide the claimants towards the first step of the feat, like you asked. As long as Wooklamont goes alone to capture her alpaca, she is free to accept assistance from whomever she likes. Hooray! Let's see about getting you that saddle then, Third Promise. I don't know why you made your offer, but I could use an ally with a beak for bargains. Welcome aboard, Mablu. Should the rest of us stay behind, perhaps? It may be easier to haggle over prices without so many voices chiming in. Yes, stay here and pitch in with the ranch work. With Mablu gone, I'll need extra hands to tend to the alpacas. Gladly, although, Shroud, I think you should go with Wooklamont. You've seen markets and bazaars the world over, and surely you have sage advice to share. I'm usually one of the brokest people in this game, so, no. In that case, you should also hold on to the alpaca wool. If it's misplaced or soiled in some way, you'll have nothing to bargain with. As if I do such a thing. But I'll leave the wool with Shroud anyway. The better to keep my hands free. To begin, I suggest we try trading the wool to Havli, the settler. He won't agree to the deal, of course, but it will give us an idea of how much he'll accept for his wares. Where even am I? Am I just in like the pilot suit for this? Something I can do for you? We've come to bargain. I need one of your special taming saddles to catch a wild alpaca. A saddle, is it? And how will you be paying for it? With this basket of fine alpaca wool. What use does a saddle maker have for wool? Besides, this would barely cover the cost of a single strap buckle. Offer me something I actually want. And what might that be? Mezcal. I like to nurse a cup at day's end while I inspect my finished work. Bring me a jug of quality stuff and you've got yourself a deal. This bodes well for us. Third promise. Such mezcal can be had for only 5 pel in a 1,000-column sum. Hold on. Did you say third promise? My offer has changed. This house is going to cost you a jug of premium mezcal. Aged 3 years at least. 3 years? That stuff is valued at 10,000 pel or more. Why have you doubled the price? Because I must support the man of ambition who will see my business prosper. Zoraja will go to war, and his cavalry will need saddles. Lots of saddles. It's nothing personal, third promise, but I won't sell you my craft for anything less than my asking price. But your first asking price was different. You little shit. You bastard. Can't say I blame him. I'm known for championing peace, and peace is unlikely to bring more customers. It's kind of a dark thought. Those of our grandparents' generation remember the dark days when the clans were at war. Many of these Pelu pray for your victory, Woklamat. The younger ones, though, to them strife and bloodshed are as children's stories. They think themselves safe from these horrors and take the peace we now enjoy for granted. Though this is a basic lesson of life, this is actually very true. It's sad that this does tend to have to be a conversation people have. Still, others are unsatisfied with this quiet prosperity and crave the future the second promise envisions. They become obsessed with innovations like the dirigibles that have made trade swift and easy. Then you have those like Havli, convinced that the first promise's plans for conquest will afford them opportunities for great profit. But what about you, Mablu? Aren't you of the younger generation? At least a year or two younger than me, I'd say. Oh, I was raised on the old tales. I memorized the accounts of what it was like when the Yokhoi ruled our village. That's why I offered to help. I want you to become Dawn Servant, to keep our nation from going back to the way it was. Well then, I guess I'd better make sure I win the contest. But the type of mezcal the saddle maker wants is so very expensive. Weren't we expecting to need 10,000 pel from the outset? Nothing's changed. We just need to get on with it. I may not have a head for trade or the stomach for alpacas, but I won't give up with the piece of Tuliolol on the line. Then neither will I. We will make you Dawn Servant. Aiming for that 10,000 pel jug right away will only bring us failure and frustration, so let's just try exchanging the wool for anything even a touch more valuable. The trick is to find someone who needs alpaca wool and is willing to trade at a loss to acquire it. Someone who supports your bid for the throne, for instance. Ah. Okay. Of course, the Weaver! Bald Nook was his name, I believe. He went out of his way to say he agreed with my vision, and he was here to buy wool. I think I remember the direction he was going. But for now, let's head back to the road where we first met him. Progress. Level 90 alpaca. My arch enemy. This is the spot. After Bolnock talked to us, he walked off to the south. Then he was probably going to Ikulvo's inn. Most visitors on Wachun Pelo end up staying there. Let's go and check, shall we? Hey, lunatic. How you doing? Good. Just to speed things along. Fenrir. You just got home? Well, welcome home. I hope you're doing well. Yes, I'm making progress on Dawntrail. There we are. Can I have that basket, Trout? There you are. Thanks. Now let's see if we can turn a profit. Bolnock, I'm glad we found you. Are you interested in making a trade? Third promise, you wish to do business with me? Might I ask what this is all about? Our new PC is being excellent. Made good progress on story and have a lamb and pork gyro for lunch. Nice. Don't make me too hungry. I haven't had anything to eat today. Been too busy. I see. So the goal is to turn the basket of wool into a jug of 3-year-old premium mezcal. Then allow me to invest in your efforts. I kind of feel bad here. Peace in Thoral is what allows me to cross freely into the lands of my suppliers. Naturally, I would prefer that one pledge to preserve that peace win the throne. Thus do I humbly offer you this wool poncho, a small token that I pray contributes to your victory. Oh, that's a fine craftsmanship. A garment like that would easily fetch 5 pel in the hundreds column. That's very generous, Bolnock. Thank you. I promise I won't let you down. I have every faith in you. Third promise. May fortune bless your future dealings. Bolnock and Wook Lamont sitting in a tree. Yes, enter. I can't believe you quintupled your investment with your first deal after a spectacular start. Only because Shroud remembered our Weaver friend. All I did was hand over the wool. That's not true. The connections you build with people are vital. This is one of the most fundamental precepts of trading. One which you'll instinctively acquired or mastered. He's gonna have to protect Shira in my absence. We'll be fine. You think so? I know so. Now, let's take our 500 pale poncho and trade it for something even more valuable. So far, we're just going over the basics of market trading here. It's like find an item that's cheaply being sold by one person, then go to another person where that item has intrinsic value, well above that to the person who sold it at a loss, and then make profit. Boom, 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 boom. I've been protecting Asmogan and just doing fates win-ins. Yes. Bad enough. I don't know when the first dungeon is, so hopefully we get to that. Here, Shroud, you take the poncho. If I lost it somehow, Enver would never let me hear the end of it. All set? Our next deal is waiting to be found. Oh, even got a unique little... Okay. Success. You trade 100 pale bast for alpaca wool for 500 pale wool poncho. Leveraging connections is a sound strategy, but we should also consider supply and demand. An individual in urgent need of a good poncho will offer more than a merchant simply looking to stock his shelves. That makes sense. Makes sense, but how do we know if someone needs a poncho? They aren't wearing one? They have a fabulous sense of style. Fabulous sense of style? It's a nice, sturdy poncho, but the design is traditional. I don't think fashion is part of its appeal. So only those people with a practical need would be interested. Wait, that's the obvious answer, isn't it? We look for a person without a poncho. I need to just start just going after the opposite of what I think the answer is. Oh god, they're still arguing about cheese. Okay. Okay. Wait, that's the obvious answer, isn't it? We look for a person without a poncho and hope they're eager to buy ours. Yes, there you go. We find a demand for our supply. So where should we begin our search for prospective buyers? There are a number of places we could go. We could do worse than starting right here at the inn. There might be interested travelers. Who here needs a poncho? A lot of Mamuja hardly wear anything to begin with. Those are probably Landsguard or sellswords. Mamuja who soldier for a living prefer not to wear much above the waist. It hampers their movements. So even if they have bared shoulders, Mamuja carrying arms can be struck off the list. Alright, so we're looking for a poncholess, weaponless. Not sweaty, that means he's too hot. Disconnected. I don't see any weapons on him. Let's see, no coat or cloak, but also no weapon. Oh, he might have a winner. And he's not sweating. Oh there, friend. You're not a mercenary betrayed, right? I was curious about your bold choice of dress, or lack thereof. Oh, it was no choice of mine, believe me. I was attacked by beasts on the way here and barely escaped with my scales intact. My coat was not so lucky. Aw, poor guy. I'm actually a toolmaker from Tuliolal, and was dressed quite smartly, although better to show the Pelu. I'm a man who takes pride in his appearance, and therefore of his work as well. But now look at me. Well, sir, this is your lucky day. 4 watches, 4 likes. You have not all disappointed me for the change. Good job. Now I will leave to get my investigative system looked at. I'll talk to you later. Talk to you later, Jenny. Hope you get good news. You deserve nothing but good news. Okay? Have a great day. What a splendid poncho. This would be the perfect replacement for the coat I lost. We'd be willing to part with it if you'd like to make a trade. For one of your fine tools, perhaps? What about this hatchet? I crafted it myself, and it will vouch for its quality. The blade looks sharp, and the haft well made. I'd value it at 1 pel in a thousands column. Oh, from 500 to 1,000. We have a deal. Wonderful. A fine garment such as this should put me on even footing with the Pelu merchant. Like the eponymous owner of Miplu's mate garden, for one, her field hands use hatchets to harvest the mate. And I thought, what? Harvest the mate. And I thought to impress her with a tool I sold you. No matter, I have other wares to sell. Glad I am to have met you. Thank you, good sir. Did you hear that? We've already found our next buyer to Miplu's mat. Maybe it's mat, not mate. Miplu's mat garden. We go. Yes, but it's a fair distance on foot. We should take alpacas. Those ones will be calm. These ones will be the calm type, right? Presumably. Yay! Okay, curiosity is already killing me. I want to check something. Actually, do I want to do it? Yeah, fuck it. If I don't, my curiosity is going to kill me. Oh, okay. Sorry, I just wanted to check real quick on Twitter for Wooklamott's name. I was curious how many people have like already degenerated her and been like weird. So I quickly went on Twitter, and actually most of like the first like dozen or so results are actually quite wholesome. So the internet has not disappointed me for once. They've made me proud. Never mind, I just scrolled. Okay. Apparently I just didn't scroll far enough. Still, I'm proud the internet has only done this much so far. Most of it is wholesome. That's what matters. Oh no, there's another character they picked too. Oh god. Is it a character I've met? Right, Mabalu? Yes. Ah, okay. It's not Jaja. We haven't hit that level of degeneracy, have we? Well done recognizing the toolmaker as a potential customer. If you've a mind to change professions, you'd make an excellent merchant. No, I'm good. If anything, if today has shown me anything, is that I do not have the gift for the gab. Before we get moving, you should be the one to hold this. Can you give me the hatchet? With that, I suppose we should hop on the alpaca's Mablu. Should hop on the alpaca's Mablu has so kindly provided. It is Jaja? Okay, I need to look at this. Really? Jaja? We have fallen to degeneracy. Baku. Jaja. Okay, first couple posts are just complaining about the okay. The internet. The internet. The internet is the internet. Okay. 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 Please tell me to stop biting my lip, Asmo. Stop biting your lip, I guess. Why were you biting your lip? Ready to go? Let's mount up. Freaking alpacas, evil demons. Okay, you bit your lip eating gyro. Gotcha. Well, stop doing that. Take care of yourself. Oh, shit, they've been saying something. Without our pack of friends, we Pelu would never become traveling merchants. Can you imagine walking all the way across Toral? I swear the mountain is too tall to be real. That's definitely a dungeon. Or a raid. Forbidden sight, isn't it? One I've never appreciated up close. Sembiaku and Madeo, hello! How are you doing? DM'd? Oh god. I'll check in a second. So Mablu, you said you were learning about the peddler profession. You don't care for ranch work? No, I love it. I love working with alpacas. But becoming a peddler has always been a dream of mine. I'm not sure I have the talent for it. If I can help you buy the taming saddle, though, then it'd be proof that I could do this after all. Popped in for a bit before I sleep. How's the expansion so far? I mean, I've enjoyed it so far. Like, I cannot pronounce half the shit. I only just got Tuliolal down. So many fucking names are, like... I can't. Like, I can't. Like, I don't know what to do. But... Generally, it's been interesting so far. I wouldn't say it's like blowing me out of the water, but I didn't expect an expansion like this to do that. Like, it does feel like this expansion is meant to be more laid back. It does have a story to engage you, of course, and it does have stakes for sure. I mean, we're trying to prevent a war here, and the characters are very, very good so far. It's just a matter of like we're really early on, so keep in mind, my perspectives is based on not much, really. But I'd say, yeah, it's okay. It's not blowing me away. But it's not really meant to. It's the people have been making this joke, and to be honest, I think it's actually rather apt. But it's the beach episode arc of like an anime, right? Like this is we've had a really long journey with the previous storyline. Now we're taking a little bit more of a laid back, still consequences, still stuff going on, but this is more casual. It may not be the fairest of words, but you know, it's good so far. It's yeah. Done any Viper Picto leveling? I'm level Picto 1. I unlocked Viper in the one episode 1/1.5. Excuse me, sorry. Of my streams. Yeah, I unlocked it, and I've done nothing with Picto yet. I decided to just try Viper out since it's the one that coming. Viper is AoE happy, that's for sure. Like every ability seems to have an AoE to an extent. But I haven't like leveled it in earnest. I just unlocked it to try it out real quick. So I've yet to do the in-depth stuff, but I'll definitely do that soon, relatively speaking. Loads of names seem to be inspired by Central or South American societies. I've been getting mostly South American societies for sure. Like we've had some Latino, and like the accents on some of the characters for sure have been very Latino-esque. There's Mayan aesthetic. Yeah, this does seem to be like the South America's culture's expansion for aesthetic. We made it, and without a single smelly incident. I sent the alpacas back to Ikuvlo's inn, so we'll walk the main road when we return to the village. Speaking of roads to travel, we were adopted by the Dawn Servant, weren't you? You were adopted by the Dawn Servant, weren't you, Third Promise? That I was. Then perhaps you understand, I was an orphan too, you see. Tobley took me in. He took in all the ranch hands, actually. All of them? Yes, and everyone works hard at their chores, grateful for the opportunity to repay the head ledger's generosity. Yet here I am, the only one wanting to go off and be a merchant. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm telling you this. We need to keep trading things for your saddle if you're to prepare for the feat of gold. As it's mate harvesting season, they can't have too many quality hatchets, and to that Wooklamot's way with people, and we should. Why am I struggling to read this? No trouble making a favorable deal. That's Miplo herself over there. Pass the hatchet to the Third Promise, and let's go to bargaining. I got DM something, let me check. So people are thirsting over one of the new... Okay. Squeenix employee. Sir, people are thirsting over one of the new FFXIV NPCs, Yoshi P. We anticipated this. We'll offer support to the Wooklamot VA. We'll offer support to the Wooklamot VAs and make sure we keep an eye on harassment towards cosplayers at C. Squeenix employee. Sir, it's Bakul Jaja, Yoshi P. It's Bakul what? Yeah, the perfect pictures too. Him laying back and him, huh? That's good. Bakul Jaja. I was joking too when I said that. You have the little axe for me? Here you go. Thanks. Now to see what we can get for it. You're Miplu, the owner of these fields. I have a mind to trade if you're interested. Well, well, the Third Promise. I might be convinced to entertain a proposal. What do you have in offer? This hatchet, forged by a seasoned artisan. The razor edge of this exceptional tool will make light work of your crops. Glad I could catch you. I'm glad you could catch me too. The quality is acceptable, I suppose. Offer you a large sack of mat leaves in exchange. A sack of mat leaves is valued at 1 pill in the thousands column, same price as the hatchet. This deal would bring us no closer to the mezcal. If I may, Mistress Miplu, it's harvesting season, is it not? Does not the demand for hatchets afford them a higher value? It is indeed the season, which is why I procured an ample batch of tools well in advance. We've missed the window for demand. In that case, we'll have to fall back on connections. Think of it this way. A generous deal here will put you in the third promise's good graces. Surely that's worthy of consideration. I do not wish to give offense, but I must tell you that I stand with the second promise. His innovations will improve every aspect of our lives, I believe, including farming, and I will no longer have need of hatchets. Period? I mean, it's always good to have, like, the traditional tool always on hand, even when you get new ones coming in. I assure you that I have nothing but respect for Wukalamat. That is why I am prepared to purchase a spare hatchet at a fair price. I suppose it is fair given your reasons, but we ourselves would be no better off for the transaction. How about this then? If we were to help bring in your harvest, would you give us a better deal? As a matter of fact, I would. Until Corner's reforms come about, I can always use more hands in the fields. Then you can go ahead and add our labor to the bargain. Added value to tip the scales. How could I have forgotten one of the most basic rules of trading? You can rest here if you like, my blue. Shroud and I have met together. Oh no, I'm helping too. Off to the fields then, and mind you, pick the healthy leaves. I'll take 5 good bundles from each of you. Gathering quest, here we come. Oh, it's a tree. Okay. Lightning instant 4. I lucked into it. Wait, what? Lucked into what? Huh? What'd I miss? Boom. We got all of the verdant mat leaves. Oh, okay. Some leaves then. Be to have. Here you are. An acceptable harvest. We'll see how your companions fared before I make any decisions, though. Here, we brought your share as well. Thank you, Third Promise. This is more than enough to hold up your end of the bargain. Now it's time to honor mine. After adding the value of your labor and the price of the hatchet, I'm prepared to offer you a full sack of our highest grade mat leaves. Premium mat! Bought at the shop, one sack of these could cost no less than 5 pel in the thousands column. Alright, so we're halfway in the thousands column into our goal. Then we can bid farewell to this hatchet. I'll give it a good home. Talk of the contest aside, I'm glad we could come to a mutually agreeable trade. As am I. All the best with the rest of your harvest. One thing I find interesting, and I kind of want to point this out. with this whole contest right now that's going on, excuse me, people are acting like if they choose, if they choose the second promise, right? Because that's the smart one, right? My blue, what's wrong? Oh, what's going on? It's as I was saying before. Even after everything Toby's done for me, I'm planning to abandon it all, become a merchant. But then I needed your help after forgetting a basic rule of trade. How can I expect Toby to accept my decision then? Have you mentioned your plans to leave? So you intend to give up then? Well, yeah, have you mentioned it? Maybe he might support you. You know, he did adopt you. Presumably he wants the best for your future. Not exactly. I wanted to prove I could succeed as a peddler before I declared my intentions. I seek to follow in my father's footsteps, but not because he expects it of me. I want to preserve Tural's peace and become Dawnservant. Becoming Dawnservant happens to be the best way to do it. You should live a life of your own choosing, and I wouldn't be surprised if Toby held the same opinion, so talk to him. See, despite some of her bumbling, it's moments like that where I'm like, yeah, she would make a good ruler. At the very least, a good leader. Maybe not the overall ruler, the Dawnservant, but certainly up there in terms of the chain of command. She's got a good heart. She's got the right goals in mind. She's willing to learn about new things and overcome discomforts, all for the sake of maintaining peace and doing the best for the people below her. That's all great for a good leader. The places where she lacks, you know, she's not a very talented trader. She's talented enough though to think on her feet very well, and in terms of like helping with it. So point is, even where she's like weakest, the sign of a good leader is finding people to balance out your weaknesses. It's like, okay, where am I lacking in skill? Okay, I'm not a good trader, so I need to find someone who can be in my entourage, who is a very talented trader, who knows the economy, who knows how to play that field. Like, am I weak as a diplomat, or voicing my concerns between nations? Like, okay, maybe I need a diplomacy corps of some kind. Or am I weak martially? It's like, okay, I need a general, etc., etc. Like, the sign of a good leader isn't necessarily that they're best at everything. It's that they have the best intentions in mind, the best goals in mind, and the wherewithal to see it all done and see it all through to the end. And I think Wilk-Lamont has that. So she'd make a good leader, and I think she just needs the right set of people around her to be the best. So in relation to that, to the point I was gonna make before, like, it's interesting. Like, I can understand like why someone supporting the first promise wouldn't want to support Wilk-Lamont, because they are opposing each other. Like, their goals, their views directly stand in contradiction to one another. So they're not allies by any stretch. In fact, they're the main competitors between one another. So, but when people say like, I support the second promise, and then they cite that as like a reason why they don't feel it advantageous to support Wilk-Lamont, it makes a little less sense to me, because they don't stand in opposition. Like, I have no doubt that if Wilk-Lamont took over as Dawnservant, she would have her brother simply also do some of his innovations. She may not be hyper focused on them like he's clearly wanting to organize things to be, but there's no reason his innovations should go ignored by Wilk-Lamont and her stay as Dawnservant. They could easily work together, and vice versa. If the second promise were to become Dawnservant, there's no reason why he would want explicit war or anything like that. Like at least maybe unless I missed something or missed a dialogue thing here or there. But generally, it seems like he's not after war either. He wants peace, but he also wants innovation and a focus on it. If anything, their goals complement each other, because peace and innovation are two very good and positive things. They're in no way standing in opposition to one another. So I don't know, like that's a bit of a weird one, is like when characters denote their siding with the second, and then therefore that's why they won't, explicitly anyway, support the third. It just feels strange. You're right. It's better to find out for sure than worry over what he might say. Thank you for the advice. But first, we have a saddle to buy. I want that success under my belt so I can be sure of my decision. What's next then? We try to trade our tea leaves for something halfway to 10,000 pel? No, I think we're close enough now. I say we go straight for the premium mezcal. Bargain our way into double the value, eh? Think you can do it? Trust me, I'll make this trade work. I admire you, Third Promise. That you're holding your own against such strong competition for the throne is inspiring. Am I really holding my own against Kona and Zaraja? I mean, of course I am. I'm Woklamat of the Dawn's Promise, after all. Excellent trade. Alright. Before we go, let me give you mat leaves. I don't need to risk proving Erenville's point. Ready then? Our next stop is the Mezcal Distillery. I have crazy cat people and bunny people following me. Outside, I can't fly yet. Note to self, find the flight thingies. I haven't had to do that since the beginning of Dawn. Endwalker. Ah. Oh, I guess I could teleport there. Fuck it. We'll ride. We're already halfway there. We're halfway there. Whoa! Living on a prayer. We want to speak with a man by the name of Gobley. Even among his fellow distillers, he's regarded as a master of the craft. He knows the value of his products, so if we're to convince him to trade for twice what the leaves are worth, we're going to need targeted information. What that means asking around and taking in the gossip. If you could talk to people here in the distillery, Shroud, perhaps Woklamat could do the same at the village entrance. Meanwhile, I'll head to the north side and see what I can learn. A beer, sir? Me? I am a chef from Tuliolal. I often come here to buy Gobley's mezcal, the finest in Toral, according to my customers. He always brings out a jug during our dealings, but I can't handle the stuff too well myself. I take small sips, not wanting to be impolite, you understand, but still end up so addled as to agree to whatever price he quotes me. It would be nice to have less, potent refreshments during such conversations, else I might have to seriously reconsider our arrangement. Wait, this is where we find out blackmail on him, that apparently the mezcal's laced with something, so he's been cheating people out of profit? Or am I being like way too like reading into that? There's not much I can say about Gobley, but I can tell you what Gobley's been saying. The other day he was muttering about monsters prowling around Agave Jaws. That's the field where they gather ingredients for the mezcal. Their presence has made it harder to procure said ingredients, and thus driven up the price of his product. A boon, some might argue, but it's hard to celebrate when it affects the work as it does. Can't rightly bring joy to people if you can't keep making the thing they love. So we're probably gonna have to fight those off. Wonder if that's a raid, a dungeon, or a trial. Probably a dungeon, I would say. I'm flying here. Goblin might be a deft-hand at distilling, but he's got no sense when it comes to appearances. Rumor has it he's been invited to the palace for business negotiations. If he presents himself to the court wearing his usual rumpled attire, though, he'll be laughed out of sun perch. Aye. Okay. So what did you find out? Oh, we can make use of all of these tidbits. The deal is as good as sealed. As for me, I found out where Goblin is working. There's a millstone at the top of the slope behind the distillery. You go on ahead and bring me Wok-Lamat. Yes, ma'am. You have business with me, sir? Why don't we talk down below, as not to distract the alpaca from his work? Now what's this about? Keep it brief, if you would. I'm a busy man. We're in the market for a 3-year-old jug of premium mezcal, assuming you have any on hand, that is. Ah, an excellent choice. I must warn you, though, it doesn't come cheap. We don't have Pel, but we can offer a sack of mat leaves in exchange. It's top-grade stuff like the mezcal. No deal. Mat leaves are well and good, but I don't have any use for them. No deal? Just like that? Still, I'd hate to send you away empty-handed. Why don't we sit and chat a while over a cup of mezcal? Now the real bargaining begins. Which of our cards do you want to play first? Hobigoat Chef's distaste for strong drink, Goblin's invitation to the palace, the monsters in the agave fields. I think the monsters in the agave fields. Let's hold on to that one. We need to consider our timing. Okay. The Hobigoat Chef's distaste for a strong drink. Right. I appreciate your hospitality, but I'm afraid I can't hold my drink. I've heard one of your regular customers, a Hobigoat chief, is the same. Seeing as not everyone can enjoy mezcal, I wonder if you might benefit from having other refreshment to offer. Something like mat tea, for instance, and brewed from the finest leaves, of course. Ah, you're right. Absolutely right. I noticed a growing reluctance on the part of my Hobigo friend, but did not realize I myself was to blame. I must endeavor to be a better host. Still, even with the added value in mind, no sack of leaves is worth the mezcal you're after. Yeah, but we've already cracked the visage. Should we offer to call the monsters causing them trouble? Not yet. We'll keep that card up our sleeve until we need it. As I expect, you're aware of the rite of succession is currently taking place. That's why the third promise has graced us with her presence. When the contest is decided, the subsequent ascension ceremony and banquet will be a prestigious affair. If your mezcal were to be served there, it would bring your distillery immeasurable fame. Wait, could it be that your rumored invitation to the palace is to discuss that very possibility? As a matter of fact, yes, I must admit. I'm still reeling from the abruptness of it all. It would be a great honor and opportunity if I could secure the deal. Well, I should think your exceptional mezcal should speak for itself. That said, there's no such thing as being too prepared, and first impressions last. You'll want to be wearing your very best when you walk into Volok Shunza. It would be such a shame to miss this chance of a lifetime simply for want of proper garments. That it would. Are you saying you have garments to offer? Something ideal for court? We have no garments on hand, I'm afraid. But we can provide you with the next best thing. An introduction to a weaver. His name is Bolnok, and his works are highly regarded in Tuliola. I can just hear in the back of her head the hand rubbing. As a supporter of Waklamat and keen observer of palace politics, he would doubtless be happy to guide you in the selection of an outfit to fit this golden occasion. That is certainly a tempting proposal, and one of which I would like to take full advantage, but the scales still aren't quite balancing. To Pelu to Tara's spear people. I made this joke earlier before you got here, Lenny the Tick, but one of the first things I said about them was the Pelu are basically... I said the blood of the Lalafell is thick in the air. These people are descended either... It could explain why they're all short, too, but they're probably all descended from Lalafells. And higher. Higher in Lalafells. What do you get? Pelu. Say, weren't there monsters running amok in Agave Jaws? That's a problem we could easily solve for you. Truly, I would be most grateful for your immediate assistance. I was resigned to hiring sellswords to clear them out. Factoring in that saved expense and an introduction to a trusted weaver, this is shaping up to be a sound bargain. Alright, you have a deal. Yes, I knew you'd come around. Give us a moment and Shard and I will take care of those prowling nuisances. Well, the Popoto does come from Tiral, so... There you go. In the meantime, I use the time to pen an introductory letter to Bolnok. The fields are you are looking for are just north of the of Wachun Pelu. Be safe. Alrighty. So I'm assuming this is either a dungeon or actually it might not be a dungeon, it might be just not a fetch quest, but a kill exterminate quest. Could be either. Now, considering it's just happening in a field, I'm gonna say it's a quest. That should be Agave Jaws, just over there. This will go faster if we split up. Come and find me once you finish clearing out your share of the pests. Okay, no, it's just an open... Okay. Damn. Poor thing got ganged up on. Aight. Oh, they got rid of my... They got rid of plunge? Well, I just noticed that, because I tried to do that earlier. Wait, did they replace it with something? Or did they just say, nah, the Dark Knight gets to get fucked over yet again? Shadow Stride. Alright, please tell me it's a good equivalent. Alright, well, hopefully it feels as good to use. Shadow Stride, a gap closer with no damage? Why? Dark Knight already has been getting a little fucked over lately. Like, why? Like, can my one of my favorite classes not get shafted so much, please? Like, why? That doesn't make any sense. Why? Like, why? What was wrong with plunge? Normally, like, when you make a change like that, there's a reason. Compared to the creatures I hunted with Papa, this was no challenge at all. Good to hear. Wasn't a challenge for me either, but I had my mafia with me, so. Yeah, I'm not a fan either. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Come on, let's head back to the distillery. All that's left is to give Mablu the sack of leaves so he can seal the deal. Savage Raiders griped about it not being able to fill their burst windows. Plungers being used in the burst window for damage. I don't understand. Like, how does that impact, like, the majority of the game's player base? Like, I guess I just don't see the complaint there. It sounds like a couple of people had a minor gripe. It doesn't. Yeah, that's stupid. Button blope, really? Well, doesn't make any... Again, no, I'm not... For me, that's not a good explanation for getting rid of plunge. And if you want to do a new ability, that's fine, but to nuke the damage of it? I have the cake and eat it too. That's... No, I'm definitely not a fan of that. Definitely not a fan of that. It just feels like a further downgrade of the class. It's a small thing. I know a lot of people will argue that, and certainly it's a fair point that it's a small thing. But small things on top of already, because again, Dark Knight has felt like it's been getting weaker and weaker since freaking Endwalker. Like, I don't know, the class has felt like it's being further and further swept under a rug. Like, it's the worst tank now. Like, Paladins are better tanks. Warriors are the best tanks because of the self-heal and stuff. Dark Knight's really got nothing going for us at the moment in terms of, like, preferential status in playing as... It's not like we're useless. It's not like if you're a Dark Knight, you can still do the content, but when you're the bottom choice, it sucks. They also did it to the Gunbreakers? I don't know what they're thinking. They had. The damage gaps, I'm pretty sure, have closed. I'm pretty sure Paladins and, in particular, Warriors are doing way fucking more damage. Maybe not paladins, but definitely warriors. Dark Knights are not doing the most damage, I don't think. Actually, Dark Knights I've seen been decent in dungeons. Again, like, you can still do the content. It's just, and you can do it well. That's not my issue. My issue is for some reason, like, the Dark Knights continually feel like they're being downgraded. Like, why? Like, the question comes down to what. Like, if you had the choice, would you go in a dungeon with a warrior tank, a paladin tank, a gunbreaker, or a Dark Knight? And it's feeling like more and more that the answer is warrior, getting the most votes, paladin getting the second most, gunbreaker, in my opinion, starts to feel like it's doing more damage, based on the few instances I've done lately, and then Dark Knight. They all can do the content. They can do it and be decent at it. But out of the set, why would you choose Dark Knight over the others? Like, none of, like, it doesn't, like, the niche that Dark Knight definitely felt like it had just before Endwalker. It felt like I was doing a lot more damage than I do now. Those monsters were no trouble for you, it seems. Now, if I could just have the sack of leaves. Yep. Thank you for looking after my precious trading goods. Your monster problem has been resolved. Master Gobley, here are the mat leaves in the written introduction to Bolnock, as agreed. The deal is done. Here, your jug of premium mezcal, aged 3 years. Please accept it with my compliments. Yes, we finally have the mezcal. Great work, especially you, Mablu. You were the one that inspired me to come this far. Third promise, but let's not celebrate until we have the saddle in hand. Mablu, is it? You drive a hard bargain, young peddler. I look forward to doing business with you in the future. Thank you, but truth be told, I'm just a ranch hand. For now. Should I ever become a proper merchant, though, I'll be back to strike more deals with you. Alright. Alright, now let's get that damn saddle. Even at the palace, I don't think I've held a 10,000-pail jug of anything before. My hands won't stop shaking. Here, you better hold on to it until we get to the saddle maker. Isn't he just over the hill? Can you imagine if we dropped it and had to start over? Oh, fuck. Shut up. Luckily, Avalie's place is not far. Fuck, shut up! Why'd you say that? Why? 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 This is it, the trade we've been working forward to. God, I hate people who test fate. You're still in one piece. Alright, time to make our deal. Get your tools ready, Saddler. We brought you a precious mezcal. Oh, okay, thank God. Wait, you actually got your hands on a jug? But you had nothing. A few measly clumps of wool. What we had was an aspiring trader with a gift for negotiation. Although I'd sooner aid no claimant but Royal Shah, I cannot go against the guiding principles of the Pelu Pelu. The trade is fair one. I will craft your saddle, that promise. Great! Stay and wait if you like. I have all the requisite materials, so this won't take long. The commission is ready. Catching a wild alpaca is never a simple affair, but you'll have an easier time with it, with one of my saddles. Now, if you don't mind, I have other work that needs finishing. Ah, I can taste that smooth mezcal already. We did it! The saddle is ours! And to think we started out with only 100 pale basket of alpaca wool. Mablu, you are going to be an incredible merchant. Thank you. It makes me so glad to hear you say that. That promise. We got what we came for, so let's return to the ranch. Liz will be waiting. Success. You traded a 10,000 pel jug of premium mezcal for taming saddle. Well, I didn't, but yeah. There we are. You've acquired the saddle then? Yes, and thanks in no small part to Mablu. Before you rush off to catch an alpaca, though, let me teach you how to saddle one. I'll bring out one of our wildborn friends, so you can practice. Oops. I know. This is something I need to learn. Oh boy. Satan's messengers. And that message is I spit upon you. Foul creature. Great sunken gods, I did it! I mean, it looks like he just sat there and was like, yep, go ahead. He hardly seemed bothered, much less inclined to spit, as if he was completely accepting of Woklamat's touch. That is because of a singular scent with which the saddle has been coated. Alpacas find it very soothing. Is it their own piss? You know, I've never taken a good long look at one of you before, but you're actually kind of cute. No, don't fall for it. It's lies. It's lies. They're evil. They are foul, evil, debaucherous creatures sent by Satan to plague humanity. You're only now noticing that? Zaraja, he's back. Is that one glowing gold? What the fuck? Having done exactly what he set out to do. That alpaca is brought. Is it just me or is it glowing? I've heard tales of such a beast. They say the golden alpaca lives a solitary existence deep in the valley, where it shuns the company of both man and its own kind. Looks like the first promise is very much a golden child. How did he manage to snare a prize like that? A beast knows its betters. Faced with overwhelming strength, it will yield rather than risk death. An apt illustration of how greatly the power of the first promise exceeds yours, Woklamat. Oh, don't be a dick. Thank alone won't win him our father's throne. I'll be the one to find the Golden City, and then Tyrell can remain at peace. An everlasting desire for peace can only be forged in the fires of war. Come on, man. To unite as one, the people must be taught. They must suffer the horror and the hopelessness firsthand. Exhaustion from prolonged conflict, the wages of war's merciless nature. These are what moved the clans to join the founding of Tuliolal all those years ago. Oh wait, that's the strategy? So he doesn't even want to conquer anything. What? What? You fuck? Consider the younger generation of this village. Since birth they have basked in a broken harmony, and behold, they regard war not as a tragedy but opportunity. Thus does the resilient son seek to provide education. He offers much needed lessons in the realities of conquest and a renewed appreciation for peacetime. 'Tis true that war's misery breeds a longing for peace. But I have seen with my own eyes what becomes of an empire forged through a violence you propose, the rebellions it spawned, and the ruins it left behind. The Gallian Empire was a congregation of simpletons. The oppressed fought back against their oppressors, as well as they should. Well, at least he's got that in mind good. Men are not beasts. Only a fool would seek to rule over all with a threat of force alone. Well, you're not wanting to do much better, dude. This is why Galur Jaja did not elevate the Mamur Shah, why he treated all clans with equal respect. However, the first promise has his gaze fixed upon more distant horizons. He would unite not only Tuliolal, but the star in its entirety. What? Why? I need not explain myself to you. That's your sister, dude. Come on. Oh, well done. Well done indeed. The first promise has completed the feat of gold with an appropriately golden flourish. May I present to you your much-deserved keystone? He's always been like that, never sharing his innermost thoughts with me or even with Kona. It's like we're not even family. It's a really, really dumb motivation. Yeah, it fucking is. Like, that's dumb. That is dumb. That's not even kind of dumb. Not even somewhat. No, it's fucking dumb. It's like really fucking dumb. Like, sorry, I just got DM'd. But anyway, like, this is so dumb. Like, of all motivations, his goal is like, okay, I'm just gonna plunge everyone into the fires of war and conflict and death. And the reason for that is not even to conquer, well, that's clearly a byproduct of the goal, but by their own statement, the primary goal of that decision is to make everyone who's longing for a conflict, or at the very least don't understand the pains of it because they never experienced it, and they just I guess believe the ancient, not even ancient, the old times of the older generations explaining to them why war is bad, don't seem to have internalized it very well. But that makes no sense. That makes no sense at all. That's pure stupidity. Like, even if you are a muscle brain like him, like, it just doesn't make any sense. Now, like, the best excuse, not even excuse, but the best, like, angle of explanation I can say is, it's clear he's seen war, or conflict of sorts. He's fought. Like, that's very clear in the First Promises case. Like, he's been through some shit. So maybe it's just something snapped with that. Like, he went to fight and went for conflict. Maybe he was an idealist at one point, like Wook Lamad is. And then he saw people happily plunge into war rather than consider the alternatives of peace. Now, perhaps, like, that view just made him snap, and he just doesn't believe in another way. But even with that being said, again, like, in the grand scheme, it's very illogical. It's very illogical, and it just, no, like, it's so stupid. I'm genuinely, like, annoyed at that, because it's just, even if you have that experience, you at least try and educate the traditional way. Like, just explain it to people. It's like, hey, I've seen war, I've seen hell, I know what this is. I know why peace is so important, and this is why you should not consider it to be thrown aside so easily. By, like, again, like, to engage in the very thing you're trying to prevent as an argument to assess, like, okay, first of all, there's been wars in the past. By your logic, there shouldn't be any wars that you've experienced or that will be experienced by future generations, because this generation, because previous generations experienced it, and that war is self-evident that peace is important. Therefore, people will choose peace after experiencing wars. Well, that's just dumb. Because eventually, what's considered the young generation now will become the old generation, and there will be a new young generation that will not have experienced war, and you'll be old and dead. What are you gonna do? Every single, like, generation start a new war? That's dumb. And literally self-defeating. Like, your goal is peace through war. But to keep it by your logic, you need to continue engaging in war. It's an endless cycle of pure stupidity. He's clearly a muscle brain that hasn't thought about it past, like, the first couple sentences. Fun notion, but stupid as hell. Fucking, oh my god. No, it was a time of peace before. Yeah, but wasn't he sent to quell a conflict of some kind? Wasn't that a bit of dialogue we got earlier? I remember that from last stream. Like, he was sent to go fight in regards to something. It may not have been a war, but he's seen conflict. It's a moot point either way. Again, the stupidity of the point of view isn't really tongue-tied. Isn't really hitched to whether he's experienced war or not. Regardless, it's stupid. The logic is completely self-defeating. But regardless, again, it's very stupid. Conflict was bandits at most. Okay. Again, my point has not changed or shifted whatsoever with that. So, I guess... repeat everything I just said. Minus the point about him experiencing conflict. It still makes it just as dumb. Because he doesn't even have the excuse that he went through some shit, saw people's reactions to it, and was appalled by it. Now it's even worse, because now it means his logic has the basis of not even an emotional trauma he's experienced. It's just some kind of weird internal philosophical argument that won out with... Yeah. That only makes it worse, not better. It's an interesting trilogy of claimants ignoring Bakul Jaja. Zakulja is the body, Kona is the mind, Woklamat is the heart. Yeah, that's a pretty good summary, I guess, of the role. I guess the important would be with that kind of being pitched, though, wouldn't the ideal be that they all win, rather than any one of them rule? Because with that being the analogy, you need the body, the heart, and the mind need to work together. If they don't work together, then the individual can't function. Kind of the... Is that actually what he's going for? Their father? He's not actually going for a single leader. He's actually hoping that there'll be like a triplicate leader, and that this whole set of trials is just to go to show each of them the value of each other. Or am I reading too much into what you just said? I might have read too much into what you just said. Reading too much? Oh, okay. Well, if that's not the goal of the father, then I guess I'll have to disagree with that analogy then. Because if it is intended for only one of them to win and rule, then honestly, there's only really one bad option. Technically two, but we'll see. Yeah, but the second or the third, if either of them win, things will be Gucci. Yeah, good. I mean, I figured we would. Like, it seems like they're going to be the key players of the expansion. And obviously, the whole thing's a big tournament for one of them to take over as Dawn Servant. So that would track. That would track. Is it really that time already? Fuck. Have we only been going... well, I say only. Have we been going for 3 hours? That flew by. Yeah. I get... so I'll end off right here. Yeah, so yeah, the first promise is a moron. To put it bluntly. I have no idea why he's come to the conclusion he has. Maybe we'll learn and it'll make more sense. By your reactions in the chat, though, since both of you have finished the expansion, I don't get the impression that he has a better, more detailed explanation later. The sounds of it, what he just explained was his full reasoning, and that's dumb. That's dumb. So yeah, so far Woklamat does seem to be the best leader. For the most part. Again, like, I kind of like the idea of, like, in tandem, her and her in the second kind of leading. Like, obviously I think maybe her being at the head would be best, and like one of her direct advisors / aides being her brother, the second. The two of them can kind of work in tandem. Again, innovation alongside maintaining the peace and having a focus on both of those ends. That sounds great and reasonable. Obviously, they're not gonna like kill the first promise if he doesn't, you know, win. So I guess he could still be there as well in the military capacity or something. But yeah, it's like for that aspect, 2 and 3 can definitely stick alongside each other. You not finished the expansion yet? Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know. Interesting so far. Yeah. So I'll see you guys probably next weekend, because to be honest, like midweek, I just don't have enough energy when I get out of work. It's been a long fucking week. The humidity is horrible and the heat is horrible. And keep it quiet. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I am going to call it for the night. I might play some Warframe my own time a little bit. I know I gotta make dinner. I gotta figure out what the hell I'm gonna make for dinner. But yeah, and I'm sorry that I'm not doing more of these lately. It's just, again, the humidity, and my job is very much outside and inside and driving around. I'm a custodian. We're flipping the buildings for the summertime, and I just put wax down and humid as hell, like upper floors. It's a lot. It's a lot. I'm exhausted most of the week, so I'm only able to get enough energy up to do these and actually do them well, or at least somewhat. Yeah. Work in a kitchen, it's not much better. I'm pretty sure it's worse in a kitchen, because in a like having also worked in a kitchen, like you have all the ovens going, you have like a tight space typically, unless you have like a big galley kitchen. But like if you have like a strip kitchen where it's like just that single hallway and you got ovens on both sides and deep fryers and shit, that's actually worse, because you get out of that heat and then you get into the wet heat of the humidity outside, and there's like no escaping the hellfire. So Asmo wears golden armor protecting the Emperor. I wish. No, I just have the same job title. I get dirty and I trim bushes, mow the lawn, flip the building, put wax down, grind the floors, fill in holes in the wall where people tripped or kicked or whatever the hell, put new mortar down on certain segments, repair desks, the full 9, and then obviously on top of all that, clean. Just basic dusting and wiping down all the surfaces. Yep, summertime is fun. At least during the school year, though. Yeah, I'm a nighttime custodian by the school year. I can just work during the night. And none of the kids are there. I just wipe down all the desks. I do the basic cleaning, and that's it. That's a lot still. I don't mean to downplay the job. There's still a lot to do. It's a lot of rushing, but it's less physically taxing overall, like shift to shift, than the summertime is. Summertime is just, it's murder. Like the best we've done is power washing the carpets in terms of what's like relaxing to do. Everything else has been exhausting. Reef going. Yeah, but you only walk into the fridge for like what, like a couple minutes at most to grab the thing and then pull it back out, right? You're not like in there for an hour, unless you do the prep and cutting like right there in the walk-in cooler. I like, if you do that, I'm jealous, but otherwise, yeah. Anyway, that's gonna be it for me, guys. 10-15 seconds. Yeah, so not even a minute. So that's gonna be it for me. I'm gonna see you guys hopefully next Saturday for more. Maybe get started earlier in the day next Saturday and do more hours into it. But yeah, love you guys. See you guys next time and have a good one. Bye bye.